Feels like one that got away today from you.
Yeah, definitely. I think it's a feeling we've had over the last few games now, something that we're desperately trying to rectify. I think deservedly we were 2-0 up on the front foot, playing well, and it just seems to be a bit of a pattern at the moment. We end up sitting back and just conceding chances and end up conceding two very soft goals as well, which no one is obviously happy with. But it's a pattern that we've got to stop. We want to win every game towards the end of the season, finish as high as possible, so it's something we've got to rectify.
There was a nervy start to the game, wasn't the first 15-20 minutes, but then the team just seemed to grow into the game after that.
Yeah, I think that's bound to happen when you're away from home. I think the home team's going to put pressure on you, they're going to put balls over the top, they're going to challenge you, and yeah, the first half I do agree we did look nervy, but we managed to turn it around, which is a good sign, because in recent games teams have been putting pressure on us and they've made it count, but we did well to turn that around, put the pressure back on them, and like I said, we deservedly got 2 goals.
And then a really dominant 10-15 minute period towards the end of that first half, and deservedly took the lead really.
Yeah, definitely, and I think we managed to change the tide, put balls behind them on their back foot and then play from it, because we've got players in this team that are very good footballers, and we need to show that. And in this game I felt like we've done it. In the last game we did it as well, but again the result's the main thing, and we've got to make these games count.
Great time to score as well, just after half time to make it 2-0.
Yeah, definitely, and the talk in the changing room was more of the same. Keep putting pressure on them and we will get goals, and even when the second went in, we're a team that needs to be looking for the third and the fourth and really going for the jugular, and it wasn't to happen today, but we'll go again next game.
As you were saying earlier, the management of those balls into the box were a problem all afternoon really, weren't they?
Yeah, for their balls in our box?
Yeah,
they were, and it's been a problem for us in the recent games, and teams are going to be looking at that and look to constantly put balls in our box, so it's something that we've got to do better. We've got to be more organised, talking more, and want to get the ball out, want to win the headers.
They got their first goal to get back into it, which came quite quickly after your second, didn't it? Did that give them the sort of psychological advantage then and get them on the front foot?
Of course it's going to give them momentum, getting that goal. They feel like they're back in it, and they can then start from there, because they weren't really participating in the game that much before then. So obviously it gives them a bit of a boost and sets us back a bit, but again we need to stop that. We need to keep the confidence and keep pushing, because the game was still in our hands then. 2
points dropped, but nonetheless in terms of character in the dressing room, to see out the remainder of that last half hour or so, having conceded those 2 quick goals, tells you something about the side.
Yeah, definitely, and we've been looking at that in the past couple. The last game we were 1-0 up and conceded 2 and lost the game. So here we didn't lose the game. We have to take the positives out of it. Like I said before, we were 2-0 up, scored 2 goals. We haven't been scoring much recently, and deservedly so. So yeah, there are positives. It's hard to sort of think about them right now, because it does feel like 2 points drops, but we've got to take the positives into the game on Tuesday.